had really actually looked at your stuff before.
Welcome everyone to a new episode of Círculo de Vida. I am Luis Martinez, your host for today, and I am so excited for what's about to go down on this episode. If you like this, please remember to share, subscribe, and rate this podcast with a 5-star rating so other people know that we are sharing value on this podcast. So today, we are discussing the 7 spiritual laws of success. Now, for the people who are seeing this on YouTube, you can actually see the actual book that we will be discussing. It is a book by Deepak Chopra, and I highly recommend you that you buy this book for yourself and have it with you at all times because this is a practical guide for the manifestation of your dreams. And today, we're going to be diving deep into the first law of success. Now, as we mentioned in the first call, the introduction to this is more of a spiritual approach to success, right? This is seeing it as the manifestation of your dreams, right? Of happiness, of money, of gratitude, of creativity, right? This is the success that we're looking to achieve through the connection that we have with the universe. Because remember, we come in 3 parts: mind, body, and spirit. Each one is connected to a part of the universe. The body is the universal side. The spirit, what do you think the spirit is? The spirit is part of this whole big ass thing. And the mind is your vehicle of manifestation, is your transmitter between the universe and the body. So we have a very powerful thing here. And the law number one is the law of pure potential. This law says that the fountain of all creation is pure consciousness. Potential looking to expand and express from the unmanifested to the manifested. Now, let's think a little bit now. Everything that we have right now in today's society one day was unmanifested, was just an idea, was a dream, was a thought that someone like you and me, another human, had. And we are now seeing it come reality. We're now seeing that process that we will be discussing in this book to take a dream, to take an idea from nothing to reality. And we're going to enjoy that process because it's a beautiful one. So, when we find out that our true nature is one of pure potential, we feed ourselves with the universe's manifestation power, the power that manifests everything that we see today, because we are that. We have that inside of us. We have the same energy, the same molecules. We are this. We're not different from it. We are it. So, this law is based on facts, on the fact that we are in our primal essential state, pure consciousness. The first thing a baby starts developing when it comes into the world is its consciousness. It's awareness of what's around it, right? That's why they're like sponges and everything is new. Everything is wow. Because that consciousness is getting developed because that's what we are in our nature. So, conscious is pure potential. It is the field of all possibilities and infinite creativity. Pure conscious is our essential, no, it's our spiritual essence. It's that essence that we carry because we are goddess and God's on the inside. We have that seed inside of us that is just waiting to grow, expand, and express itself with this, with whatever we can touch and put our hands on. So, an attribute of pure consciousness is pure knowledge, is infinite silence, it is perfect balance, it is invincibility, simplicity, well being. All of this comes with a clean conscience, with the pure potential that we carry inside. Now, anything that you may dream of, you have the eternal possibility of making it a reality. If you're thinking about it, where do you think that thought came from? It's the universe telling you something. It's your nature wanting to expand, wanting to express itself in this world. And no, it's not stupid. Don't ever think that what you want to do is stupid. It is a worthy ideal, it is a worthy goal to have. If you really want it, you really can have it. Know that, trust that. Trust it with all your heart, soul, mind, body, spirit. You can and you will have it. But you gotta flow with the universe. You gotta flow with yourself. You gotta allow it to come into your life. A lot of times we want things, we want stuff. But when it's in front of us, we're not in the state of allowing it to come into our lives. We're not in the state of receiving. And we ask and we ask and we ask, but when do we receive? We neglect ourselves from receiving. And we're going to change that by changing our state, by allowing this pure potential to run with us instead of against us. Not anymore, we're going to know that, oh, yeah, I know I can do way better. No, 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 no. It's, I'm doing way better. Because we're allowing it. We are understanding that we are it. We are that pure potential. So, the law of pure potential can also be called the law of unity. The law of unity, because as I said, you are it. You are united with this pure potential of the universe. You're not distant from it. It's not the universe and me here. It is I am the universe. And now think about how vast and big this universe is. Have you seen a star? A shooting star? Have you seen the moon? Have you seen the pictures of the NASA with all those planets, those galaxies? Now look into your eyes. Because you are that. Yeah, I know it's kind of unbelievable because we all have different skins, different bodies, different eyes, and all of that. But you really are it. We really are all of that. You are a star. That's why your eyes shine so bright. Now, how do I say this word? Subyacente. Hmm. Nada. The diversity of the infinite life is united to one and all penetrating spirit. I'm going to repeat that because that goes a little deep. The diversity and infinite life is united with one and all penetrating spirit. It's just one. A lot of people call it God, the source, the universe. It's just one universe. It's just one God. It has a lot of names. Yes, it does. But it's one source from which all of this was created. There is no separation between you and this field of energy, of pure energy. In the field of pure potential between your being and the universe, while you experiment more your own nature, you are getting closer to the field of pure potential. And what is your own nature? It is well being, it is peace, it is happiness. It's those good feeling vibes. It's that when you're with your family and you're just laughing because you're having such a fun time. It's when you're watching your favorite series, I don't know, and you're feeling so good. It's when you're eating your favorite plate of food. All those things that make you feel good, that's you touching your true nature, your pure potential. Everything that makes you feel in a high vibration is serving you. It is getting you closer to having more, doing more, being more. Now, the experience of the being or auto reference, right? Means that our point of reference, our point of internal reference is our own spirit and not the objects of our experience. Our own point of reference is our spirit, not what we're seeing outside. The opposite of outer reference is reference to the objects. It's when you try to position yourself with the things you're seeing outside of you, and that's not you. It's when you try to compare yourself to others. That's not you. Now, on the reference to the object, we're always influenced by objects outside of the self. The fancy cars, the big houses, the money. We're looking for things outside of ourselves. And it also includes situations, circumstances, people, and things. We gotta look in ourselves. Forget about other people. Look inside of yourself first. Your point of reference is you. It's how you are feeling. Now, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling now? That's what matters. Ask yourself that. Check in on yourself, right? When we refer to the object, we're constantly looking for the approval of others.
Mhm.
Hmm. And that's when things start getting messy. That's when I stop focusing on me because I want to be approved by others. And the only approval you need is your own. Now, our thoughts and our behaviors are always in anticipation of our response. We do a lot of things expecting our response out of people. So it is based on fear. It is based on what someone else is going to think of what I'm doing. And when we're using our point of reference on the outside of the self, we are also having a need, an intense need for external power. We want to control our outside. We want to control the situations. We want to control the things, the people. That's a need based on fear. But this is not real power. You controlling your outside is not real power. Think of Hitler. Did he not control a massive movement? What was it based on? Fear. The fear was so big that he just controlled everything. You don't want that kind of power. You want the real power, the power that has pure potential, that has the potential of Gandhi, that without clothing, without money, without even a house, he managed to create one of the biggest movements ever just by the power of the self, of love, of peace, of well being, without hurting anybody, without having fear inside of them. Because when you operate from your pure potential, there is an absence of fear. There is no need to control. There is no fight for approval or for external power. Because we know that this is a big ass universe and there's a lot for everybody. There's no need to fight, there's no need to compete. On the reference to the object, your point of reference is your ego. The ego is something, it really is something, huh? Your social mask. It is not who you really are, it is your image. It is the paper you are disinvolving, but it is not you. Your social mask grows with the approval of others. With me asking, hey, did you watch my video? Did you like it? I'm looking for your approval. Didn't you notice? It was my ego talking. It wanted your like. It wanted to feel good. It wanted to feel approved, accepted. It is not you. Don't fall in that trap. It is not you. He wants to control. And he grows with the power because he lives out of fear. Your true self, your true being, which is your spirit, your soul, it is completely free of these things. He's immune to critics. He doesn't fear a challenge. And he doesn't feel inferior to anybody, even though he is humble. He doesn't feel superior to anybody either because he knows, he recognizes that everyone is the same self because we come from one source. We may look different, we may come from different parts of the world, but we're the same. We're built the same. We come from the same, not the same ground, but the same place, the universe, the stars, the everything. He experiments respect for everybody, while at the same time doesn't feel inferior to anybody. We're the same, you and I. That's what he says. That's what you should be saying too. That's why I say it's not about money. It's not about how many people you know. It doesn't matter. You're a human just like me. This is the difference. This is the essential difference between reference to the object and outer reference. On outer reference, you experiment your own being, your own self. Outer reference is when you look inside of you, when you fix inside of yourself what you don't like in other people. You don't try to control other people. You don't try to change other people because you don't feel comfortable with them. You change yourself if you don't like it. That's the only thing you can do. Change yourself. And if you do this, you won't fear any challenge. You won't fear. Final point, you will not fear. Remember, the ego only perdures, only remains while the object of reference remains. If you have a certain title, or if you have a lot of money, the power you enjoy is on the title, with the job, on the money. What happens if you lose the money, if you lose the job, if your title doesn't work anymore? Then your ego suffers because you enjoyed the power of having those things. And the power of the ego will only remain as long as those things, those objects remain. When that goes, so goes your power. So you don't want that power. You want that true power, the power of the self, which is permanent, which is based on the knowledge of the self. Now, this is powerful. Now, you can leverage the universe, you can leverage the law of attraction, you can leverage your energy, right? And there are certain characteristics of the power of the self. It attracts people to you, and it also attracts the things you desire to you. Hmm. It magnetizes people, situations, circumstances, and it works on your desires. You're gonna have that support with the power of the self because you're a magnet. You become a magnet when you start operating from the self. This is also called the support of the laws of nature. It is the support of divinity. It's when the universe is flowing with you, when you are allowing, like a river, you are flowing with the river instead of going against this current. You're gonna get tired. But if you just float around and go chilling on your river, rafting on your kayak, going down the stream, right? Everything feels good. Everything comes easy. You enjoy the process. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to enjoy the process. This is what comes from being in a state of gratitude. That gratitude attitude, you got to give thanks for everything you have, for everything that you've got, for everything that you received. You got to give thanks that you got this new day, that you can hear this podcast, that you can see, that you can write if you can, that you're breathing. A friend of mine, Rhonda Bird Parker, always says if you have a heartbeat, you have a purpose. And you do have a purpose because you're still breathing. You have to do something now, today, tomorrow, every day that your heart is pumping. It is because you still have something to do here. You have a purpose that you gotta fulfill. You gotta fill your space, and the time is now. The banana is ripe. Go eat it. right? Your power if is that of connection, because we're connected. We're all interconnected. That's why family is so important. Without family, you cannot be. Because what would happen if your grandmother hadn't been born? The connections wouldn't have been made and you wouldn't be here. Because it's also connected that we're just one big family in this world. You can literally keep on linking back to your ancestors and you're gonna go millions of years ago when there were still monkeys. That's how connected we are. It's all just one big connection. Now, that's all I got for today, family. And tomorrow's call, I will do another podcast tomorrow because tomorrow we're going to be giving the practical steps to apply this law in your life. Because remember, the results are going to come when you apply the things you're learning. So I will listen to this podcast again so you can know what's coming for you, so you can know what you're going to receive when you start applying this law into your life. And what you're going to receive is everything easier. You're going to become a magnet. We're going to practice gratitude. I'm going to bring in my friend Daniela, and she's going to be talking about gratitude. She's going to be talking about how to properly practice gratitude in order to become an even stronger magnet to attract those things into your life. So you don't want to miss this, and you don't want to miss tomorrow's podcast because we're going to be giving those practical steps so you can practically practice that perfect practice. So, family, I hope you enjoyed today's call. I hope you enjoyed this podcast for the people who are watching me live on Zoom and for the people who are watching this recording on YouTube. Remember to subscribe, like, and rate this podcast so other people know that we are sharing value on this podcast. This was Luis Martinez, and I will see you tomorrow. Love you all.